morning, Crawford Middle. This is our week of 9/13 to 9/17. Just a quick reminder what our learning target is. With our group news development success criteria, I can place all raw footage in a shared folder. I can work with my news group. I can complete with my group workflow in the teleprompter draft on Canvas. I can use Adobe Spark to create my group logo for my final Wii video. Real quick, I'm just going to make sure everybody's aware of what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and go to our Canvas just to remind everyone what we need to do. So let me go and open up our Canvas. Again, everybody needs to access your Canvas each day to make sure you have all the updates for our project. So first period, this is what we've got. So you're going to go to assignments, and this is our episode 2 WCMS. So make sure you click on these, the teleprompter draft link. This is your draft in which you can use. If you want to use a teleprompt, I will get with the anchors and talk to them about that. All your footage is in this folder. So make sure that you have created a folder for your group. Okay. If you notice, you have some students that have created their folder and they are placing all of their data in this folder. Now, a quick reminder, if it's an HEIC file, you're going to have to do a couple things. So let's say, for example, Gabby wants to use this picture, that she's going to have to open the HEIC file and she's going to have to take a screenshot. So in this case, using the Mac, you all can use a Mac when you're ready. You hit Command Shift 5, and there is the JPEG file. Okay, then you're going to have to take that file and drop it back in, or PNG, I'm sorry, but a PNG will work. So what you're going to do is you need to organize your world within your folder. That is up to you to do. Okay, so that's the process of converting the HEIC to a PNG file or a JPEG file. All right, so the next thing, you need to make sure that you understand all this and the workflow and all that good stuff. Reminder, this is the B-roll video.
If you hire a video production,
what an A-roll and B-roll is, so please go back and review that if needed. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the shared folder. Now, here's the deal. Everybody should have a folder in here with their group. Okay, there are a few changes that have been made based on people transferring out and transferring schools, so I will adjust based on that. So, for example, there's some footage right here for the background that Will's going to put together, and I'm going to help him because Noah is no longer with us. So Louise and Ali, Chloe and Nakaya, so everything that they have needs to go right here. Now, this is the thing here. This is all the stuff that they have, but I will make sure that I will get your footage if you need help from the video file. Now, this is there's a lot of trash in this folder, so I would recommend deleting what you don't want. But this is some of the footage that they've got the other day. So you all need to organize that and place it into WeVideo. That being said, let's do that. So you're going to click Import and choose your Google Drive. Okay, and find that footage. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm going to go into, and let's see if it'll pull up. Here we go. So there's their folder. Now, if you notice, I just hit a quick search. If you know what the name of the folder is, you can go straight to the search, and it's right there. So let's say I'm going to add one of the videos from their interview. Let's see here. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. All right. So let's say here's a part of the interview with Hannah. So I'm going to select it and insert it. Okay. So again, you need to make sure that you create your WeVideo file to the best it can be. Okay. Now, also, this you can create a template, or you can use any of the templates. Okay. So for example, you use a social media template. These are all the education templates. So in this case, let's use student introduction. Okay. Now, by doing that, you can kind of see a lot of different things that are there. I'm going to go ahead and re-import that video because I didn't choose that template yet. So let's go again. We're going to go to Chloe, and there's that folder. And we should be cleaning up this. You shouldn't have a bunch of folders inside of folders. That just makes it harder for you to find different types of footage. Now that from her raw footage folder. Now, while that's importing, look at this. See how this now what this is just as a template that you can use. Now, what I like about it is it kind of gives you the picture to picture. You can go in here and do the edit and change whatever needs to be changed. You can go in here and edit and change. Like right here, you can make your own. You can take that video out or that picture and put your own in. So, for example, let's say Chloe's going to use this, so she can like maybe put a picture of her and Akaya in there, you know. Um, and remember, you can do your scale and change your scale and all that cool stuff. You can do it where it starts and where it ends. So if like you want the scale to start right there and you want it to end right there, then you can kind of see how it works. Okay, now they have audio in here, so be very, very careful about your audio right now because we will do audio all together. The transitions are involved there, and so it says it's got a text, my video, footage, and the audio. So it's all set up for you. So you could say welcoming sixth graders to Crawford. Okay, see how that works? All right, and so that being the case, then that you could have right here a let's just say, for example, instead of having that picture, I'm going to delete that and I'm going to drop created by Mr. McGuire. Let's say that's a picture or something to that effect. I'm going to make that a lot smaller so you can see it. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. Go back and look at it. So let's say that is a picture. Now, one thing you can do is you can take this and you can do where it starts and where it ends. So let's end it smaller and move it over a little bit. Okay, so that's where it starts and that's where it ends. So here you go, watch the transition. That way you get constant movement. All right. Now, I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna put the video of Chloe's. Now, I'm gonna trim to fit, or you can insert and push. Now, if you insert and push, it pushes everything to the right. Let's say if you insert and trim to fit, then it cuts it down to where you want, but you don't want to do that for this particular interview because it cuts the interview. So in this case, okay, so if you notice, the audio is way too loud. So what I'm going to do with the audio is I'm going to click on the audio. I'm going to hit that. And if you notice here, you can double click there to create a dot, drop the audio down where the audio is really light. Now, for some reason, Chloe's audio is not working. I don't know why. Let's up it. Okay, so that is a good example of making sure you do a test when you do the video. So that interview will have to be redone because the audio didn't work. So let's go back and look real quick and to make sure from the raw footage in her folder. Now, this is very important that you all save everything in your all's particular folder. I'm going to go to CIM. And again, you're going through all these folders. We just need to go back and clean it up. So this is one of them. Okay, so there's no audio there, so that needs to be, that's something, and that's just, that happens. And there's no audio there, so you got to make sure that the mic is on and the mic is set correctly. Okay, so that's just a learning experience. So that interview will have to be redone. Now, here's the problem. If we have a due date by tomorrow, end of day, then that's going to create some issues. okay? Because we have other groups that have to get out and do interviews and things like that. So the importance to make sure that the mic is on, to make sure that the mic is connected to the camera, and so on and so forth, okay? So that being said, let's look at our mics. This is important. Okay, so these are what we have. These are the mics that we have. The Rode Go Wireless 2s. They're really cool. Actually, they're not 2s. They're the singles. So here is the Go Wireless setup, and you can see a couple things. We also have all of this. And so let's look at the setup real quick. This is the
phone. If you're a content creator
this
of
is
any kind, you need to start
video
using Artlist for your videos. I'm Ryan, filmmaker.
One of the best mics for YouTube is the Rode Wireless Go.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to add that to our Canvas page right now. I'm not going to make you watch it, but I'm going to add it to it because this is going to be 100% learning experience for everyone. We'll just say Go Wireless link. All right, so I'm going to put that right there. And there you go. And then I'm going to save it. Okay. So if you look at that, we have all kinds of things going on. You go back to we got our raw footage. You can work your news group, the teleprompter. Now, if you want to use a teleprompter, and then I'm going to add one more learning target. I can set up the Go Wireless mics correctly for sound. Okay, so that's one other learning target. Now, the way I'm going to do this is going to be the anchor segments. So basically, what I'm going to do to organize this is I'm going to, so for example, it'll have the names of the, anchors. We will wait till the final video has completed, and then we'll do that. But this is a good example of how you can do some cool stuff, and it's already set. So again, it goes into, new from template. Now what Chloe and Akai will do is, I'm just going to say K and N. Let's say they're done with it. You're going to go finish HD. You're going to select Google Drive. Don't select YouTube. Okay. And this thumbnail really doesn't matter. So I'm going to export that. Now, when that exports, what you're going to do is that'll export quickly, depending on the size of the video. Okay. Now, if it has a lot of transitions and a lot of music and all this other stuff, the more you add to a WeVideo project, the longer it will take to export. Well, that's not a problem, and I did say it's a hard date, end of day on Thursday. Now, if there's an issue like this where the audio doesn't work, then obviously I'm going to give you some time to finish it. I'm just going to be honest. I don't feel like we have to have, I would like to have a news broadcast every week. But if there's an issue like this, a tech issue, then I will coach you up on it and make sure that we get it right the next time. This is not something that I expect everything to be perfect, because I'll be honest, I've done it before. I've done it several times. I've messed up the audio, and guess what? You got to go back and redo. So the good thing is we have all the time in the world, as long as we're working towards the general segments and the general news broadcast, we're fine. And another thing too, we got so many people doing segments, we might not need every segment every week, but I'm hoping we can get there. Okay. So in this case, this is going to export. You're going to see it says you don't have to keep this window open for it to export. Now, just real quick, let's review back to the shared folder. Again, this is where we're going to organize our life. Okay. Now, if you notice, I'm going to open up one more WeVideo tab. And I'm going to go to projects. Okay. And we're going to go to episode 2, WCMS. Now, I've given everybody access to this. And if you notice, I've created folders in there. If you want to, what I would recommend is when you start your start your Wii video inside of here. Let me review that. Okay, everybody, you go to projects, click on episode 2, WCMS, and go in here and create your project. Okay, let me go back one more time. Okay, you're going to click, that's my dog Molly. You're going to hit the plus sign. And so let's say Chloe's doing this. Molly, shh, shh. She's going to go to library, and then we're going to go education, and then she's going to use this one. Now, the cool thing is it puts it right there inside episode 2, even though we're exporting it, okay? So now it's getting ready. Once it's ready, then you'll be able to work on it. And the cool thing is everybody can work on that collaborative project. But then the junior producer and myself will work together and make sure everything's in there. So let's go back. Make sure where you see it says my video, make sure, like, for example, you all label this your all's name. So in this case, Chloe, just for the sake of time, okay, and in, that's theirs. So when I come out of that, then I know that you need to label that where I can go to episode 2, WCMS, and I can see everybody's project. Okay, now in this case, see how that is finished. Now I will be able to go in there once it's done and download it like this. Okay, I downloads and you see how that works. And then I open up the original, the general file. This is what it looks like. That footage will go into the main one. The main one is this one. Okay, that's the main one. So I will drop that in to that, if that makes sense. Okay, so please make sure that you have all your footage in there. Make sure that you have checked where your footage should go and your collaborative Wii video. Okay, so that
one
is
thing
how
I'm
you
telling
do it
other managers right now is
Any other questions? I'll work with you on that. Okay. One thing that I would like for you to do, and this is important for everyone, is to learn how to use the Canon XA45. That's what we're using. Okay, and it's amazing. This is what we're using. So I'm going to drop that link in the broadcast. Now, you all got several people in your group, so you all need to split it up. Some people might need to be the video watchers and then teach everybody else. So don't feel like everybody has to do everything, because at some point you all will learn it all. Okay. Some people will be better at some people will be better at others. Okay. Now there's a few other things I want to show you real quick. How to upload a video to your Google Drive on iPad. Okay, so let's go.
Today I'm going to show you how to upload
Voite voi, master
or photos.
Arcamo.
Okay, 1 second. Let me turn that off. Okay, so this is how to upload it. It's very simple to do. You can do all kinds of cool stuff, but like that's one. This is a good one too.
Okay. Now the reason why we add to your MacBook is teaching. Why do we do it? You then find your drive.
Okay. So the cool thing about that is I'm going to add that also to our Now, remember, when you do that, make sure you do that to your specific folder. Okay, your specific folder Because it's in your shared folder link. Okay, so if you know it says Izzy and Gabby footage, when they go to upload it, if you take footage with the iPad, you go straight and log it in using your Google Drive on the specific iPad, and it's easy to do. As soon as you get that footage done, go ahead and sign in right there from the class, because here's the problem. We got to make sure that we are all finishing up and getting back to class as soon as possible so other groups can go. All right, so let's get after it, and happy broadcasting.